Today's episode of Hero Syndrome, E3 was pretty good. Everyone, welcome to the show. I feel like a lot of you are nodding your heads yes, and a lot of you are shaking your head no. E3 was obviously missing the spectacle of years past, but for me personally, it was missing you. You know, this E3 episode, usually me on the floor, ambushing people, sticking the microphone in the face, people in the crowd yelling at big game announcements. We didn't have that this year, but still, I think overall there was just a good amount of great looking games. So let's dive right in. So E3 is all about the games and the bonds. Bombs and bonds. And we had the bombs. We already knew about these games, but Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild 2, definitely some of my personal highlights. And it was really nice to see a release date for both of them. I know the Breath of the Wild one isn't exactly what we wanted to see. It's still a little ambiguous, but at least we know January, Elden Ring. What more do we need? And let's not forget about the biggest one. I had no idea this was gonna come, but I still want to believe every year. Metroid Dread. Beach trees. Call it Rookie. Will somebody tell Samus to call it Rookie? Metroid Dread promising to be the end of Samus's story or something? Who knows? But Metroid is back in side-scroller fashion, and this is the perfect bridge to Metroid Prime 4. We know that that's probably really far away, and now we get Metroid Dread to bridge the gap. This is exactly what we wanted. I'm not 100% sold on the art style, but I said the exact same thing before Bloodstained came out, and that ended up being one of my favorite Metroidvanias of all time, so I'm obviously willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. And then, of course, a couple more comebacks. WarioWare and Advanced Wars. And let's not forget Mario Party. Nintendo just absolutely crushing it. And between WarioWare and Mario Party, I mean, that's gonna be all of our party game, group stream, jolly co-op / competitive vibes. I mean, we're set for the next year, easy.
It's me, Wario.
As I was saying, E3 felt different this year, didn't have as big of a spectacle, but the indies ruled supreme. First up, Somerville. Somerville? You tell me in the comments. If you're getting inside vibes, that's because developer Jumpship was co-founded by the co-founder of Playdead, who made Limbo and Inside, so that DNA and pedigree is all over this. If you haven't played Inside, I can comfortably, easily recommend this game. This is a 1 or 2 sitting game. Inside. I'm talking directly to all of you who have not played it. Give it a go. Knowing that, Somerville just looks really awesome. All about this family dynamic, so you had me immediately. Alien invasion and a family just trying to escape and survive with their pet dog? Yes. Next up is easily one of the most striking visual games shown at E3, Replaced. I love this tagline, a retro-futuristic action thriller. This trailer was just so awesome. I mean, we were all gripped when this thing hit. A lot of people were talking about this game. Just the visuals are incredible. A 2.5D sci-fi retro-futuristic action platformer where you play as Reach, an AI trapped in a human body against its own will. This just looks really cool from the just the atmosphere, just walking along or climbing the side of a building, to some of this combat. I don't know if I'm sold on this like wiggly camera that kind of like swoops like a pendulum, but we'll see when we get our hands on it. Next up, one I am so pumped for, Fallen Aces. They teased their website, doomnoir.com, so you already know what this is. This is Doom noir vibes. And in it, the aces are the watchful guardians of Switchblade City, taken down one by one. Now it's up to you to get to the bottom of it all. And I just love the visuals and the vibe, this graphic violence, grabbing criminals and punching them in the face, watching them fly back. The roundhouse kick looks really cool. They bust that out in the trailer a couple times. And then obviously the Tommy gun, coolest gun of all time. The release date is soon, but that same thing was said about Gloomwood, which reintroduced itself at E3 this year. That release date has been soon for well over a year, so really we have no idea how long it's going to be for either of those games. But if you haven't seen Gloomwood as well, you can download the demo of that. And then, of course, Death's Door being touted as Crow Souls just looks great from the makers of Titan Souls. You're a crow. John Wick vibes, honestly. It looks like they're going into the Continental Hotel, getting a hit list, going into some colorful world. Just looks awesome. And then we got teased for things coming out in the far future. I mean, who knows really how far Redfall is? It had a 2022 release date, but it closed out Microsoft's show, and I really think it's a big deal. I really want to highlight Redfall. I'm loving the vibe. I know it's just a CG trailer. So much can happen. We could see a gameplay trailer of this, and it looked totally different. But in Arcane Studios, I trust, and I found myself really attached to this world and these characters. And for a brand new IP, not a sequel, I think that's a big deal. It's really hard sometimes to connect, especially comedy. I thought the comedy landed in this trailer, and I'm just really excited to see more. I'm not expecting to see this game for a really long time. I know they said 2022, but who knows? But it's fun to see things planned that far ahead, because we have games coming out this week, next, forever. There's unlimited good games. So I thought E3 did a great job of showing us games coming out soon, in the immediate future, and in the far future. So I like getting hyped about all of the above. So that's pretty much it for E3 2021. I hope you liked it. I do miss the vibes of hugging all of you, of feeling that energy, and even talking to the devs backstage, you know? Like something like Fallen Aces, maybe. We could have got our hands on it, talk to the developers, feel that passion, see what it's all about. But hopefully next year we get back to some of that. And we are Easy Allies. If you like what you saw, you can check us out on Patreon, YouTube, Twitch. We're back in the studio. I'll be back there next week. I know we're in my room right now, but just E3 madness, scheduling conflicts, who knows? Just a lot of craziness as we get our sea legs back in the studio. Thanks so much for watching. Love and respect, and we'll see you next time.